Mansfield in the morning.
So for those of you who do know me and see me, I'm generally peaceful, cheerful and positive. And that's partly my spiritual training and my own spiritual practice. Even if you only meditate for 5 to 10 minutes a day, I find it actually anchors you. But underneath, I've obviously been experiencing some stress. And I want to share that with you. It became obvious to me over the weekend. So on Saturday night, I woke up because my nose was slightly blocked. Now, normally I would have said, oh, well, it's a change of season sinusitis. And that's normal for me. It happens every year. But on Saturday night at 1, on Sunday morning actually, in that place between dreaming and being awake, I found myself actually quite anxious. In my head, I was thinking, what if it is the coronavirus? I went to Dis-Chem last week, spent over an hour in the queue. Maybe I picked up the virus. Who would I have infected? What if I'm responsible for someone dying? And all these thoughts were rushing around in my head. And when I shared it with Sam on Monday, she said, actually, most people are doing that.
Yeah.
And the point I want to make is that the conversation in my head immediately went to the worst case scenario. And that's just not who I am. And so I had a conversation with myself at 1 in the morning, got my thoughts back into line. I didn't have a fever or cough or body aches or sore lungs. I hadn't lost my sense of taste or smell. I simply had a slightly blocked nose for a few hours. And I thank God I'm still fine. But the point I want to make is it gave me a wake-up call. That I believe underneath all of us, there's a stress and tension that's running through all of us. And I can only imagine what people who do have the virus go through with their thoughts and what they're thinking. I remember when I had my spinal tumor biopsied, when you wait for those results. So you're in pain, you've had surgery, and you're waiting for those results. It's a horrible place to be. And I think the virus is actually, perhaps because of media hype, it is a very dangerous virus. I think people are feeling the same way. At least with the spinal tumor, I wouldn't have infected other people. But we do need to get our heads right. 80% of us will recover without needing medical intervention, or so I'm told. The next light bulb moment for me was going shopping for food on Monday. Now, normally I love shopping. I'm probably a shopaholic. But right now, I have absolutely no desire to go shopping. In fact, it's extremely stressful. First, everyone's in masks, and I like to see people and greet people and speak to them. Then there's absolute silence, and the teller looks shocked if you actually speak to them, because no one's speaking to each other anymore. Then there's the fear. Disinfect the trolley, disinfect your hands, your feet, your clothes, all the parcels. Avoid people in the aisles. And there is a chance someone in that shop is a carrier, so the whole time you're looking at people differently, not the way we used to. And then today I'm actually off to do a funeral, and the sad thing is that this lady was in hospital for 4 weeks and no one could visit her. And the family are really stressed about that, and I'll have to be speaking about my own experience and how you're not alone when you die, even if your family aren't physically present with you. But the point I'm making is that life is different. So I think we need to acknowledge and accept that things are different and will be for the foreseeable future. And I remember once a friend of mine who's a psychologist said to me, just cross your arms differently. So maybe you can do that now. Cross your arms one way and then cross them a different way. And he said to me, it's neither good nor bad. It's just different. So we need to get used to living differently, socializing differently, doing a funeral differently. And there's still many, many good things. And we need to remember that this is not forever. Pandemics come and pandemics do go. It's not the first time in the world's history. And probably, well, maybe we will learn from this, but it might not be the last. It will pass. So if you're feeling stressed or anxious this morning, it's okay, it's normal, but pause and breathe. Be aware of the sounds around you. It's beautiful outside today. There's this mist around. Beautiful, beautiful outside. Maybe you can hear a bird calling. Be aware of the precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to love, to enjoy the day, to have a brain like Johnny's that goes from one thing to the next. And I think all of us do that. We need to be calm in our minds. Let there be peace in our hearts. Let's just be quiet, change our thoughts, and let us be good to everyone in our actions. And my to-do list when I'm stressed, I meditate, spend time with God, count my blessings, be kind, be aware of my thoughts and change them, and let go of what I can't control. And I listen to my heart. And my last thought for the day, fill yourself with positive energy and shine. If you have the spirit of understanding everything in a positive way, you will enjoy almost each and every moment of life, whether it is pressure or pleasure or stress. So have a good day and keep safe. And may God bless you and keep you and your family and loved ones safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend.
Thank you, Reverend Shona.
Here it comes.
It's Mansfield in the Morning. Driven by Sandown Motors, your Mercedes-Benz partner. On